Welcome to the first episode of the first draft, the D&D show where we make it up as we go along.
That's facts.
Clearly. My name is Paul. I'll be your dungeon master tonight, and hopefully for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah.
We'll be a mutiny.
This is your campaign, man. What are you talking about?
I know.
That's facts.
But it's not just me. I'm joined by 5 amazing players tonight who will be playing 5 amazing characters. So why don't we go around the table real quick and everybody introduce themselves and their characters, starting with you, Michelle.
Yeah, so I'm Michelle Hamilton, and I am playing Rhea Emrys. And Rhea is an Asmar cleric. She's got this like really awesome ombre kind of hair that's like black at the roots and kind of fades out to like an orangey yellow kind of color. It looks a lot like the sunset. She's got this like kind of patchwork armor that's been like pieced together. It all looks like it's come from like different sets of armor or things that she's scavenged. And she definitely looks like a wanderer because that's what she's been doing. She kind of just goes around, wanders, and tries to make the world a better place.
Cool. Andy.
I'm Andy. I'll be playing as Tradj, short for tragic. And
So true.
we might see why later. Tradj is a wood elf, born to a pair of close-knit nomads. He'd become a ranger hunter by his late childhood. And with his later proficiency with a bow and his familiarity with the landscapes near and far, he later earned a contract as a courier for the Imperial Guard, where he served loyally for like the start of a healthy career before he purchased his way out of his contract. And so in recent years, he's found his niche as a scout for hire, providing guided passage of merchandise and travelers alike, for the right price, of course.
Awesome. Hunter.
Hello, I am Hunter. I am playing Bryce Buckland. He is a 13-year-old satyr who has developed his skills as a rogue, being a self-proclaimed junior detective in his hometown of Port Tachon. But he has recently left said hometown in search of his father who went missing recently on a job. Ben Buckland, as some may know, if you have been privy to us beforehand. But
They haven't.
No one
This
has.
is the first one.
and he's just kind of, he's got his shaggy ginger hair from his dad, and he's pretty lengthy. He's 13-year-old satyr here, roughly about 4.5 feet tall, and probably like 80 pounds soaking wet. And also, if you've been privy beforehand, he is now wearing a very incredible set of shoes made by the next character you'll hear about. I'll pass it off that way.
Oh, hey, thanks. Great segue.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
I'm a master at
You're
pivoting.
wonderful. You're very good, honestly. I'm Sarah. I'm playing Saoirse, who is an Eladrin bard who plays the bagpipes. She is a long way away from her home in the Fey Wilds after a bit of a falling out with her fake friends and dabbling a little bit of profane magic, some might say. So she's kind of on the lookout for fellow bards, people who really appreciate her art, and is really trying to drum up a band that'll make her parents proud once she finally gets back to the Fey Wilds. And there's not going to be anything tragic or sad about it.
There never is.
No, it's completely without plot.
Last but not least.
I am Savannah. I play Rand, a 17-year-old fire genasi Kalishtar druid sorcerer. Whew. Rand is like 5'8", red hair, blue eyes, kind of wiry, but still strong from living off-grid with her parents, who are now dead. Before she met the party, she had no contact with any humanoids, so she's very socially awkward. She's not up with the times, but she's willing to do whatever it takes to find out why her parents were killed. Yes, I wrote that down and read it off. Thank you. Thank
Great
you.
job.
Thank you so much.
I did that as well.
Yes.
But yeah.
1 second, I'm getting some feedback from the audience.
Oh.
Ooh.
Are we?
Audience
Great.
feedback.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a second.
Do we need to chatter for you?
Table chatter. Table chatter.
No. I
Oh.
need one at a time. This one's going on, and I got to adjust the volumes.
Oh.
Because apparently, Savannah, you're like way louder than the rest.
I'm sorry. Something
Michelle's
might be a
at the
trend.
best volume.
All right, pop off, girlfriend.
Mhm.
Literally perfect. Can do no wrong.
Mhm.
We're fixing some
I'm glad
audio
you
issues
said
right now.
She's got some done to character.
That's facts.
Okay. All right, go ahead and talk again, Savannah, please.
Hello. I'm talking, and I'm talking, and I'm talking.
Wow.
And you see, I'm still talking about, you know what? I really don't like this box here. I'm really excited to see what's underneath it.
They can't see the box.
They can't see the box. It's okay. There's a cardboard box in front of me that is like obnoxious and boisterous and just like in my visual field. And I really want to know what's under it.
There's secrets under there.
There's secrets under there. The box, though. It's right. The box. What's in the box? What's in the box, man? Oh, jeez. So, yeah. I hope that... Will they get to see the box?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Oh, man. I hope
hurry
you
up.
get to see the box. Ooh, the box. Do you still need me to talk about the box?
Have volume on yours? And
You should. Yeah.
There's a little really like a
Mhm.
disposable camera.
Can I pull this
What
off?
a reference.
There's a... Okay. Oh, okay. Do you want me to turn it down?
Yeah.
How's that? How's that?
More.
How's that? How's that? How's that? How's that? How's that? How's that? How's
And
that?
now we do
And
that.
okay. All right.
All right.
We good?
Okay.
All right. I'm done.
Back to Hunter.
Nice.
I was told that you are very quiet compared to everyone else.
What?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
all right.
Huh. Should I go ahead and repeat my spiel? Is that-
Can
Might as
you
well.
check your volume on the bottom of yours? real
If
quick?
we all set our volumes to the max, and then he can set it from there.
Did mine turn on?
That
Maybe
may
we
be
can
it.
do that next.
Is your mic off? Is that what's going on?
I think it just turns on. I turned it back on. There's lights now. There weren't lights though when I looked.
Huh.
I think the lights go to sleep after a little while.
Okay, just wanted to
Battery
make sure.
doesn't-
Okay,
I mean,
they
even
just
if-
turned off again. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. You're the easiest one to reconnect, so that's not the worst thing
That's
to
fast.
have happen.
Mhm.
My lights off.
Thank you, audience,
Yeah,
for that
thank you.
feedback. Woo.
I went off very quickly.
I can't hear you on my end. All right.
Well,
Yeah, it's on now.
Hello, hello. Can you hear? Is it on?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you still hear me? I think it turns off.
Yes.
Yes.
yes, it turns off, or yes, you can hear it.
I heard him briefly and then lost him.
If you are you charging currently? Is your mic plugged in?
Is my mic
Yeah.
plugged in?
Is your mic working?
Oh gosh, I hope my mic is plugged in.
Looks like everything's connected.
Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Keep talking.
Me?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello. Hi. I'm talking. It's me, Hunter. How are you doing? The weather today did much
Okay.
better. I don't know
Awesome.
why I
Way
went to
better
weather.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
You're
move on
better
to
now.
Sarah.
Oh, I'm better now.
I was perfect, right?
You are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
We
right.
locked
You're
down
perfect.
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
In the
All right,
sense that
everyone
everyone
else
is flawed.
and Sarah.
I was perfect in the sense that everyone is flawed when they are born into the human condition, and so our flaws mean that we are performing our roles in humanity perfectly.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like that.
No
You
original
know,
sin here.
everything. Huh?
None here. No
Nothing.
original sin for me.
No.
thanks.
No, absolutely not. No, I'm not talking about like sin in a like
Okay. All
that
right.
way.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking like bodies are weird, and the world is weird, and a huge accident,
Sure.
and it's highly improbable that any of us are here.
What?
I'm with
Hi,
that.
welcome to our family-friendly TV show.
Ponder the questions.
You ever think about the fact, huh?
Just so you know, in terms of original sin. All of my sins are original.
The mic drop.
Nobody else
Nobody's ever messed
nobody
up
in
like
the
this
audience could hear
before.
that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to hear.
He doesn't have a mic.
Oh. This is awkward.
That's why he's like God. We can
Okay.
hear him.
Only we can.
So she is audible.
I'm audible.
Yeah, let me see if I can't. No, you're turned like all the way up.
Let me see if I accidentally did something on mine. I'm turning up the volume on my thingy here. My mic. I've turned it all the way up.
Yeah,
What?
that's a little bit better. Cool
It's a little
beans.
better. Okay.
Okay, finally, let's
Why was everyone laughing? Did I
Let's
say something
do-
funny?
No, it wasn't you.
Andy.
Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It was hilarious.
Ready?
Oh man, you sound great.
Oh,
Wow, man.
There's a first time for everything. I tell you what.
Oh yeah, polite class.
Nice. Art, yeah, you're number 4, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number
Yeah.
4.
Okay, good. And one more time on you, Paul. Let me hear you.
Hi.
You sound
Just
like.
Easy.
And apparently, there's people in the audience who think you look great too.
Oh, you
Aw.
great job.
Okay. All right. Sorry to do all the sound checking live.
Oh, it's okay. It's
The
more
best-
fun that way.
Yeah, it's best to get the audience feedback on that. So I will shut up. And you guys
And we got the feedback that Paul looks great.
That's right. That's right.
I need
That's a
that.
really
I
important
need
thing.
it. That's why it's called the first round. But yeah, so do we need to do? Did everybody hear everybody's intros? We good from the audience. Just want to make sure everyone knows who Bryce is and knows
Gotta
who,
make
who Rand is,
sure.
apparently.
We need to know Tradj's tragic backstory and
You have to play to find out.
continuing story.
Mhm.
You know, it's cool that you said that it was a tragedy. It was supposed to be tragedy because that's the first thing I thought when I saw it. Oh wow, he's like referencing tragedy.
Oh, how tragic.
And I put it together until somebody pointed it out
Oh, no.
at this
Yeah.
table, and I was like, definitely.
Just misfortune mostly. I mean.
Shout out to Paul and his magical hair.
Let's
They're saying they heard all the intros. We're good to go.
Awesome.
go.
Thank you very much.
Audience.
Okay. With that said, a few shout outs before we get into things. First off, Second Winds and the Nerd Dungeon for hosting us on the internet and in physical space, respectively. And thank you to our producer and our backup channel for behind the scenes content, Asheville Will, youtube.com/Asheville Will. We'll be posting some behind the scenes stuff there eventually as time goes on. So stay tuned for that. And thanks to Platy for doing the intro music. You may hear some more of his music later
It was
on.
really good. Great surprise.
Yeah. But with that said, I think that's about all of the announcements and the shout outs that we need to do. So let's kind of catch everybody up with where we're at in the campaign. Yeah. So this is our first live stream show, but this is actually our 7th session together. So there's a little bit of catch up that we're going to play real quick. And I'm going to introduce you to the world that we're in and what's happened in it so far. So our campaign started in world about just a day ago in the world of Lumenda, and in the kingdom of Cressa. Cressa is an empire with a capital called Alavast, and every 6 years, a brilliant aurora shines over the city of Alavast, right in the middle of spring. And this is a fantastic event. People come from far and wide, tourists from other countries, from the west, the north, all around the countryside come to see this. And so it attracts people from all backgrounds, from all areas. Nobody really knows what causes this aurora. Everyone knows that it just kind of appears regularly every 6 years. Now, Alavast, it's an interesting city. It's actually built on the ring of a crater where there used to exist an older city named Vastra. And it's out of this crater, this basin, that the aurora rises every 6 years. And so that is what brings our party together for this campaign. They met one another at a small town called Denneberg, outside of Alavast, about a day's journey. They quickly, but chaotically, became friends and agreed to help out an adventurer that lived in the area named Sloan. Sloan had been, let's say, double-crossed by a mercenary group named the Brass Circlet. She was hiring them to help her be her backup as she explored some ruins, got double-crossed, and was seeking revenge. And you agreed to help her. Not only to reclaim her stolen artifacts, but to reclaim her stolen friend and automaton pal, Petey. So you grouped up with Sloan, played a little bit of detective, went to the local dive bar, interrogated, did some advanced interrogation, and got some information out of some of the locals about where the Brass Circlet was holed up. You traced them to their hideout in an old farmhouse outside of the town, and you proceeded to convince them through words, some, and through force, others, to abandon their banditry, and claimed their hideout for yourselves. And not just their hideout, but also their name. Mm-hmm. You decided now you were the Brass Circlet, and you would use their name to become a symbol of good and help in the area. And so that is what you decided to do. And you spent the night in your new hideout, where Rand, you had some troubling dreams. Rand, you mentioned that your parents had died and you were searching for the reason. In your nightmare, you woke up in the charred, ashen remains of your childhood home. Darkness surrounding you on all sides, and the longer the dream went on, the more you noticed eyes peering out at you from the dark. You sought shelter with a friendly-looking fire outside of your house, which gave you a warning to watch out for Tishara and Tishara's eyes. And then you woke from your dream and couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. The following day, you shared what happened with the rest of the party, and everybody kind of agreed to go into town, kind of blow off some steam, spend a little bit of the money that you found and found. There. It was just lying there. That you seized from the Brass Circlet. And all was going well for a little bit until Rand, as you were kind of doing a solo shopping trip, you saw 3 strange men garbed in robes with all sorts of strange runes and scrawling, and even their skin had strange writing and patterns on it. And the longer you looked at it, the more you realized they are related somehow to the dream you had. You could see eyes starting to form in the patterns on the robes. You couldn't tell if it was just your imagination or if it was really like that. And so you hid from them and watched them from a distance. And then the rest of the party joined you, and you tailed these men throughout the town. And you noticed some strange things. They never seemed to talk to anyone, including each other, but they would interact with people. They would stand in front of people. People would act like they were talking to them or commanding them to do things. You followed them to the stables at the edge of town, where they appeared to... hey, Will, you're going to want to...
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh, you're good. We are good. Okay. You follow them to the edge of town, where you saw them appear to wordlessly command the stable master to allow them to steal some horses and ride off. The stable master moments later awoken from his stupor, begged you to help him track down these guys and get his horses back, and gave you a deep discount on some draft horses to let you do that. So with these horses in tow, you reclaimed a cart from the brass circlet that they had stolen from a halfling in town named Jethro, and you agreed to allow Jethro to join you on the journey to Alavast. He was already going there anyway. He had some wares to peddle down there, and so yeah, you grabbed him, the cart, the horses, and you started making your way towards the Lunar Highway so you could travel south to Alavast, and that's where we left off. I think I got everything in there.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
I wrote it down and I didn't read any of it, so.
That's impressive.
But that's where we left off, and that's where we pick up tonight. So, what would you like to do? You are traveling down the main road in Denenburg now.
About what time is it?
It's about mid-morning.
Okay.
Yeah, you took a couple hours kind of racing back and forth, finding the cart, getting the horses, etc. It's probably mid to late morning.
Okay. Are we there yet?
I'm with her, are we?
I think it's gonna take just a little bit longer.
It's about a
Yeah.
day's journey.
Yeah.
How long has it been? Not a day.
We've still got about a day left.
It's been about 10 minutes.
I want to talk to the horse that I befriended.
Uh-huh.
Are we there yet?
Stop. Stop. Fired.
Whoa. Go any faster.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't think your friends would like it.
What are you saying to the horse?
Can we go faster, please?
Tire the horse out.
Are you gonna get tired?
Eventually.
Oh.
Slow and steady. Yes. And also we're passengers. It will be a bit of a bumpy ride. Yeah. We should probably.
Is there a chance we're needing a long rest?
You literally just took one.
No sleeping in the carriage
But-
now.
As you're kind of wheeling out towards the highway, you hear shouting from behind you, and you just hear "Hey! Hey! Where y'all going?
Oh dear.
Hey!
Where's-
And you see
who's
Sloan
it?
kind of
Yeah.
running up to you. And
Oh.
he's like, "Hey, I didn't know y'all were kicking up dust so soon. You off to Alavast already?"
Yeah.
There's a bit of a pressing issue we're trying to take care of.
Trying to help somebody out, take care
Okay.
of some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Were you wanting to?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not going down there for another 2-3 days,
Okay.
but maybe I'll see you there.
I'll
I just
hold
didn't realize I was gonna miss you so soon.
Oh, I'll miss you too.
Do you have any?
Oh, in that way too. I mean, in
Yeah,
that way
okay.
too. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations as to
Oh,
lodgings?
yeah,
Perhaps
sure.
We can meet up there somewhere.
Yeah, if you're going down to the Broad Bank and seeing how you paid for your tabs last night, I imagine you are.
Okay.
You're gonna want to stop by Three Sheets. That's my favorite. Ask for Mallory. She's great. She'll treat you right. And tell her I sent you.
Mallory and 3 sheets.
Are you gonna bring PD when you come?
Of course, PD always comes with me. We go everywhere together. You see PD just kind of floats up from behind her and just goes. Kind of robotic tendrils just kind of ethereally floating beneath him.
Oh yeah, he looks like a squid.
Yeah, he's kind of like squid-like, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I'm wondering, Sloan, I've recently come across a bit of new magic. Since learning some things over our past adventure, I was wondering if, you gave me this stone, and
I did.
I've found something that will help me to maybe figure out what it does and how it works.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a spell called Identify.
Oh,
Would that
yeah.
maybe work on this?
Sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to use
I don't know why Sloan's saying that, but...
May I use this spell, Sloan?
Knock yourself out.
Identify. Cast. So I think that's a ritual cast for... Yes, I have to touch it. So I have the item in my possession, so I hold it.
Okay.
If it is a magic item or some other magic-imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any.
And identify as a... you're casting it as a ritual spell, right? So it's going to take 10 minutes, right?
Sorry, did you say casting time 1 minute?
Oh, it's 1
Range,
minute. Okay.
area, touch.
Cool.
Sorry.
All right. So you just kind of like...
It's in the
alright,
rest of the spell.
okay.
Is Sloan just like running alongside the cart?
Did you not stop the horses? Yeah,
Who's not controlling this cart?
One of you is. I assume maybe you're the one who's speaking to one of the horses.
I thought it was Jethro.
Jethro he's got the reins, but you're the one talking to the horse. So if you tell Tony to stop, Tony the pony. One of the horses' names is Tony.
Tony.
The rest of the spell is I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are.
Sure.
If the item was created by a spell, I learned which spell created it.
Okay. There's not like a particular spell that created this item. What you know is from identify, is about kind of what Sloan told you. This is some sort of anti-gravity magic imbued artifact, and it doesn't appear to have any other activation other than just kind of holding it and giving it an intention. So if you hold it and you intend for it to float, it'll float. If you intend for it to not, it'll stop. And it always floats about 3 feet above whatever surface it's on top of. It can't hold too much weight, but probably not. It couldn't hold any of you. You don't think?
Darn.
Even me?
Even you. You said 80 pounds soaking wet. That's more than this little guy. It takes 3 to hold up PD, and PD is relatively small. Is metal, yeah, but lighter than our satyr friend over here.
Cool.
But, yeah. So as you're doing that, and Sloan is running next to the car, she's like, "Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll see you there. Maybe."
Yeah.
I didn't learn.
Woo! Good. Oh no.
Oh, hey, Sloan, one more thing.
She stops running. She's like, "Okay."
Slow down. Can we just pause for a
Jethro
moment?
kind of pulls on the reins.
Thank you,
a little
Jethro.
bit to slow the horses.
I was just going to say, I don't suppose you might have anything that would help a ranger such as myself, perhaps for our prior engagements.
Well,
Does she have presents?
I don't have. I mean, I give presents usually around holidays, birthdays.
Oh, it's my birthday, actually.
Roll a deception.
Yes.
Use your
Should have
bad
looked back at him and
yeah.
said it's actually persuasion because it really is.
Oh, it's
I
I got an 8, and let's see.
don't remember if Tradj is very persuasive. I don't think.
Can you try turning the volume up a little bit more?
That's as high as it goes. I think so.
+5.
Oh, whoa!
yeah.
That's right. Never mind. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
very persuasive.
yeah.
I forgot. God.
Yeah.
So 13. She's like, well, I mean, you did ask me last night for some of my vials. I think. I guess I can part with a couple of them. These take a little while to make, though, so can't give you too much more than that.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to press you for too much either. I mean, whatever.
I mean, I was just robbed, so I mean, like, I don't have a ton.
And I'm terribly sorry about
But
that.
I guess if you're calling yourself the Brass Circle now, it would, be a pattern. So here you go. Here's 2. Just be careful where you throw those. Those burn like crazy.
Like an
Don't-
acid burn?
Oh,
or-
absolutely. Do
Okay.
not touch it.
Okay.
Do not touch it. You're going to want to touch it. It's bright green. It looks like it tastes cool. Do not touch it.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Just
What
a
do you say?
little?
No. No.
Okay.
And you may want to like wrap it in something soft and like squishy. So
Okay.
You know, 'cause that's glass. It will break. All right, but be careful with that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on your way out, don't let me hold you up. I just wanted to say bye. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to you. So.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay. You seem like folks that need to get up and go sometimes.
We're glad to have helped you out.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You did. Not just me, but everybody else favor.
Bye, Petey.
Bye. All right. Well,
Bye,
I'm gonna
Sloan.
see you.
Bye, Sloan. I'll use those vials wisely.
Wanders off,
How can you get?
and she leaves you to your journey.
I like how Petey got much more of an enthusiastic goodbye.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Sloane's face kind of like downcast a little bit as she turns to walk away.
Tony, onward.
Starts pulling the cart forward, and you feel as you kind of go through the town, the rough gravel of the main street kind of gives way to compressed dirt of the highway, and you see the narrower street widen out, and you can see on either side of you wide fields, farmland to either side. In the distance, you see the highway wind a little bit and take a few turns and disappear kind of off into the horizon, with a kind of tree line just barely visible at the edge. And you make your way down south. So where is everybody on the cart right now? I assume you're you're at the front. Yeah.
I think I'm like kind of close to the horses, but like as close to you as possible, as far away from Jethro as possible.
Good.
So
Jethro, I assume would be right next to you.
yeah,
since you're
so
both
it's
in the
gonna
front.
be tight, like
Shoulder,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
like
okay.
up against the side there.
Okay.
I'm just kind of sitting on the back because it's kind of hard to like curl up in some armor,
Sure.
so I'm just kind of feet dangling.
Tradj, what you doing?
I would say I'm walking like 15 feet in front of it at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, I like to stay on foot. Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm just holding that spell shard that I got. It's definitely
Okay.
something really important.
Yeah. Okay. That's another thing. Rhea bought a spell shard.
From a totally legitimate business.
Yeah,
He was.
yeah. He was very nice.
Yeah.
He knew a lot.
And Saoirse is like sitting up on top of the carriage. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, there's barrels kind of like stacked.
Yeah.
Inside of it.
But she's up on top trying to get like the biggest, most panoramic view.
Okay.
This landscape is so weird to her.
Yeah. Sure. And with kind of the time of year this is, and with the festival season being what it is, you're not like the only people on the road that you see either. There are, it's not like, it's not jam packed, but like you can see a few people in front of you, a few people behind you, that kind of thing. So
I want to actively keep a lookout for those guys.
Sure.
I don't think that we're gonna find them, but I'm like looking through the
They got
roads.
a pretty good.
roll a
head start.
perception check. Anyone with kind of like a good view that wants to make a perception check can do so.
Do I fall in that category since I'm
17.
Sure.
I'm in the back. I doubt they're behind us, but
I got a 17.
17. Okay.
I got an 18.
Oh, nice. Different directions.
17.
Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna start checking your dice. Jeez.
11.
Actually, not yours, because you always garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the highest score you got?
Okay.
No,
So
I've rolled net. Just like 2, maybe 1.
Various states of alertness, right, Rand? You are like zoned in, like scanning, I imagine, right, the horizon for these people. You didn't kind of set out right after them, right? You went back into town to get your cart, and as you're kind of looking, you see people kind of moving along the highway. You see like a carriage that looks like it's got a family. And Tradj, you see this too, kind of in it. You see Some people walking on foot in front of you. You see, maybe like a group of 4 or 5 people kind of laughing and talking boisterously, often, maybe 200-300 feet away. You don't see any sign of the strange men right now. Rhea, looking behind you, you kind of see a similar scene, right? But you see, in the distance, Denneberg kind of getting further and further away. You see the stable, you can see the roadside picnic from here, and they're all kind of slowly drifting off into the horizon. But nothing of note right now. And it kind of continues this way for the better part of maybe an hour or two. Are you kind of continuing this vigilant maintenance, watch this whole time? Okay. So you continue for a while, and then after a certain point, you see both of you two. What did you roll?
I rolled an 11. I believe.
I mean, you see it too, but you don't really take note of it. But there's a human man kind of sitting on the side of the road, and he's got legs kind of splayed out. He's got his head kind of tucked down, and you see he's just kind of sitting there and just massaging his temples. His pack's on the ground next to him, just kind of haphazardly tossed aside, and he looks pretty distraught. And your carriage kind of pulls up next to him, but he doesn't seem to kind of respond. He's just sitting there, massaging his head.
Do I see him at all?
If you're still looking out the back, you probably wouldn't see him yet. He's coming up kind of on the side of the road in the front.
Does Saoirse's 15 do anything?
Yeah, you see this. This isn't hard to see, but I mean, all of you that are kind of facing the front are gonna kind of clock this guy. But Bryce, you're just kind of like, oh, it's a guy, whatever.
He looks a bit like the stable keep looked, doesn't he? When the road guys kind of took his horses. Should we?
Hey, are you okay?
Okay.
You see him just kind of stop and look up at you, and eyes are just a little bit unfocused. And, sorry. No. Not okay. Not too much. Been a while since I've had a headache like this.
Do you remember what happened?
I think so. 3 blokes riding by, some kind of riding horses, just
Did
slowly.
they have cloaks on?
Yeah, they had some crazy tattoos.
How long ago was this that you saw him?
I don't know. It must have been hard to tell. Maybe an hour or 2. But I walked up to one of them because I thought he had some cool tattoos, and he just gave me this look, deep, bright blue eyes, and I don't really remember much after that. I just everything started swimming, and my eyes went black, and I saw these patterns, and I think I fell. Or maybe one of them, like, I don't know, maybe they cold cocked me or something.
They never talked to you?
No, they just gave me they didn't even seem angry. They just looked at me. And yeah. Do you have any, like, water or anything?
Yeah, absolutely,
God, the
absolutely.
was.
Yeah, I'll just give him some of my water.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to Alabas?
I was headed north, actually. I'm from Denneberg. I was down south for a little bit. I'm from the area.
We were just there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where those guys were coming from there.
They don't. I've never seen them before in my life.
They must have been passing through.
Tis the season, I suppose.
Well, they're not be very jolly, are they?
No, not much at all.
What's your name?
William. William Border.
Nice to meet you, William.
You can call me.
Willie?
Yeah. That's fine. You can call me Bill.
Bill, where did that come from?
I'm sorry, Bill's my dad. That felt weird. I'm sorry, my head's a little bit.
Is your name really Willie?
William? What's wrong with William?
I don't know.
Nothing fun.
nothing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's a good name.
Okay.
It's a very good name.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry those
I can't tell if
Yeah.
I'm concussed, but there's a weird energy going on right now.
There's a weird energy.
That's just us.
I would like to cast
Yeah.
detect magic.
Okay.
Okay.
You had
I
it
think
going
it's
for a
just as
while,
it's
right? And then it's faded by now in your previous
Oh,
cast.
You're making
Oh, yeah,
something weird out of nothing. His name's William. He wants us to call him Willie, but I'm uncomfortable with
But
that.
where did Bill come from?
I don't know
Bill's
the naming
very different
conventions in
from
this
us.
world,
So I have
okay?
cast the spell by this point. 'Cause
Yes,
he said
yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
a very weird energy,
Yeah.
and its concentration just happens, and it's up to
Mhm.
times. Do I see anything around him?
You see behind him floating another orb, just kind of hovering there.
And if I look at Rhea, can I?
The one that was behind her is gone now.
Oh, okay. Can I tell if it's the same one?
I don't think so.
It probably
Yeah, it's the same kind of
same spell.
magical school. It gives you very intense kind of divination, kind of energy, right?
I want to walk up to him and try to poke it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
That's bad.
your finger goes right through it.
Do I feel anything?
Nope.
Alright.
Just goes right
Rain,
through it.
are you okay?
You got a weird orb on you.
That's my head.
No. It's magic. There's a big orb around you.
Around me.
Yeah. I don't really know what to tell you.
Is she?
Don't just.
Okay.
It's okay.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't
just.
worry
I'm-
people
it's
with
okay.
the orbs they can't control.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't think it's from you. I think it's from the evil guys.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do anything about it? Can you make it leave?
Nope.
Please,
I tried to poke it.
please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Is that it? Just a poke?
Yeah.
Not
I
a
I
closed
wonder if
fist?
anyone traveling around. Is
Open
there a
palm?
doctor around?
I mean,
yeah.
I tried to
yeah,
Someone
I-
who could dispel magic
I-
or something.
Nothing happens.
I don't have dispel magic, but I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna be like, "This will help you, okay?"
Okay.
I'm a cleric,
Oh,
and I'm just gonna
wonderful.
I'm gonna grab his shoulders. I'm gonna be very dramatic. I'm just gonna cast Spare the Dying and hopefully placebo this guy into feeling better.
Yeah. What is that? What does that spell casting look
Someone's
like?
gonna die now.
It's just touch. Oh, as I do it, I just kind of I grab his shoulders and I close my eyes and I just start mumbling. I'm just and then suddenly there's just this bright white flash that seems to almost have a dark core to it, and it just flashes really quick.
Mhm.
That's it.
Okay.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Since you're not actually doing anything to help him, I want you
Yeah.
to roll a performance check.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Can I, kind of while this is all going on, use my mercenary knowledge to see if he has any affiliations?
Yeah, sure. You kind of give him a once over. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's kind of one of your abilities, but you give him a once over, and he just looks kind of like just a schmuck. He's just kind of wearing a tan kind of canvas shirt and just some light trousers, but nothing that would give you a mercenary affiliation at all. Just seems like a normal guy.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me contest that a little bit.
I think
But
Bryce
you
is
see-
amazed by the performance.
Okay. So you see, the longer you kind of start mumbling, the more he's kind of. At first, he was kind of taken back a little bit, but then as you kind of went along and the more intense the mumbling got, the more he started kind of closing his eyes with you, and he's just kind of and then the flash of light, right, and then you just oh, what did you do?
Could make a religion out of this.
Yeah. It's okay. It's fine. I'm a cleric. I'm just going around. I just help people.
Yeah,
Right?
I
That's what I
mean,
like to do. Yeah.
I still feel kind of bad, but not as bad as I used to. I think it's starting to.
It's starting to fade. You
Yeah.
can just Yeah, it's just like to help it along. Just take a couple of deep breaths, and yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, absolutely.
So, are you pursuing these men?
Yeah,
They've
and
left a wake of terror.
We're kind of
What did
yeah.
they do?
Well, they stole those horses they're riding, for one.
Oh, what's theft is terrible.
Yeah,
Deep crime. Terrible crime.
and also the crime of just generally being quite creepy. So we're trying to figure out what their whole deal is.
I mean, you may not catch up with them in the coffee
No,
shop.
almost certainly not.
No. But I mean, I'm from the area. If you want, there's a shortcut that might save you some time along the highway.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah.
I want to do an
Where is
insight
it?
check on this.
Tell me now.
Okay. Roll your insight check, and he's gonna.
Do you mind if I also roll an insight?
Yeah, sure. He says, well, there's a place about 2 to 3 miles down the road where the road bends, and then it goes over a small tributary of the Huon. And after that bridge, the road curves back eastward. And so once it hits that curve, just keep going over the bridge and just keep going straight. That'll take you through the woods right there. There's some woods that start around a mile away from that, quarter mile away, half a mile. And if you go through those woods, it'll cut you through a bend in the road. I don't know how much it'll save you, but it might take an hour or 2 hours off the gas, I guess.
Are there any dangers involved?
Oh, loads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Loads.
What are the woods? Do the woods have a name?
My insight was 18, by the way.
18
and 19.
He seems genuine. Like, I mean, he's you know the performance from from Rhea, and you haven't been hostile to him, and you gave him water. He seems like he's kind of like coming around to you. He's trying to legitimately help you out.
So what's dangerous then?
I mean, it's the woods closer to Alabasket.
Weird.
Like
big possums or?
No, not possums. You don't have to worry about the possums. The possums are actually quite nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's much different from the wilds.
You have bad possums.
Oh, they're quite nasty.
How
Yeah,
big?
my possums back home are pretty mean too.
Oh, you're not from the Wilds.
Oh no, I don't know if they're any different than that. I'm just talking about they really get in there.
Where?
Get in, yeah.
Oh, it's two different places. Sorry, continue.
They can do 2 different things. But sorry, no, it's just my theory personally is back ages ago during the Vastrian Wars, I think there's a lot of strange magical detritus still around here. Has weird effects. Yeah. I tend not to go in the woods for that reason. Sometimes you go in one side of the woods, sometimes you come out the other. It's weird. I see strange things in there.
Are we like pretty guaranteed to like that this is actually going to be a shortcut, or are we gonna like go in and then like come out somewhere else?
I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. I've taken this shortcut before.
Okay.
How many times?
Let me tell you. 16.
Oh, wow.
That is a lot of times. Pretty high success rate.
DM, would Rhea know like when those like wars took place?
Roll a history check.
Yeah.
And actually, Tradj, since you kind of, you've been around the area, right? You've done scouting operations in the area. You know the woods are kind of weird. But like,
They just look at you funny.
sometimes it's fine. You just go straight through, no issues. Sometimes you find big monsters, monstrosities, that kind of thing. You generally don't go in there unless you got a good reason, basically.
We've got a good reason. Let's go.
If this is
Natural
anything
one.
like the woods at home, I mean, you just have to stay on
No,
track.
you're
It'll be fun.
actually, yeah, you do know. You know exactly when this happened.
I do
To
know
the
for sure.
date. It was about 300 years ago.
About 300 years
Yeah.
ago.
On Tuesday,
On
actually.
a Tuesday. Okay.
Pretty sure you read that in a book before. Can't remember the name of it. But
Yeah.
pretty sure.
I read a lot.
Yeah. You're smart.
I'm
You read a lot.
very
You're
smart.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, guys. I know so much about history.
Tell me, because I know nothing.
So this wars started on a Tuesday of all days.
Okay.
Who starts a war on a Tuesday?
That's my least favorite day.
It is a bad day. It kind of sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so these woods. What are they? What's the name of these woods? Do they have a name?
Not that I know of. I don't think the DM thought of one.
Okay.
We'll have one next week.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go through the woods.
It should be fine.
Okay.
As long as we
Yeah.
stay on the path.
Yeah. I mean, 16 times is quite a lot.
That's a lot.
Besides,
Yeah,
We've
that
got
is-
Bryce. We'll be fine.
Granted, I'm 150.
You're 100.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm still getting used to forests and all. I'm used to like water and docks and yeah.
You'll be
I've
alright.
lived in the forest.
It's
We'll be
okay,
fine.
Tradj. I'll
Yeah.
protect you in these woods. Yeah.
Probably scooped up closer to Rio a
Oh.
little bit.
Well, thank you so much for your
Thanks for
information.
stopping by.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate
Feel
it.
better.
Thank you, William.
Thank you.
Run fast.
It's a normal name.
Okay.
It's a normal name.
I just
Lots
didn't
of
like
loads
your
of people
nickname.
have it.
Yep.
Still trying
Bye,
to figure out
Lily.
where Bill
Bye.
came
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, William.
That's fine too.
Because it is your name.
It's a normal.
No, feel
It's a normal
better.
name.
Goodbye.
Okay.
By William, if that's.
Tell me,
You
you
got
got
all
all
those directions.
Where did Bill come from?
Also, you kind of speak with animals to speak with Tony, right?
I think it was animal friendship.
Animal friendship doesn't let you speak with them.
Mm.
But you do have a speak
But
with
she-
animals
Maybe
spell.
I did both. I think I
I
did
thought it was
both.
her
I think you did
telepathic
both.
thing.
No, that's
I think
just
you-
with
That's on
fire.
all the time.
Oh wait, no, that's not
That's
just with fire.
mainly. I wrote it in as the telepathic thing was people on fire.
Yeah. You do have speak with animals.
I think I did both.
I think you did cast both.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe that would explain why all your answers were like, hey.
yeah. It has absolutely worn off right now.
Well, yeah, okay.
But Tony, regardless, just kind of starts shuffling off down the road. And yeah, so you keep going for a while. The pace you're going, not exactly breakneck on this cart, but maybe half an hour passes by, and you come across a small, looks like just a small stream kind of running through the field here. And as you're kind of coming closer to the bridge, you start to see more and more trees starting to grow in this area. And you actually see, as you get up to the bridge on the opposite side, there is a large forest, a big tree line on the opposite side. You see the road go over the bridge, hang a left, and then disappear behind the trees.
Yeah, once we go over the bridge, we're just going straight, right?
Okay. So you do that. You cross the bridge, and
Do we have any salt on us?
not that I'm aware of. I mean, you can check your inventories.
Yeah, I do have any salt.
A cleric with no salt. A cleric not worth your salt.
I have steak, oil, mirror, like a steel mirror, manacles, a crowbar.
Okay. Well, how about this? If you wanted to, I would let you, because the brass circuit would have had salt in their kitchen. You didn't use it when you cooked breakfast this morning, but you saw it, and you pocketed some for later.
I'm trying to be like a better. So yeah. So we're in the woods.
Or entering the woods?
Yeah.
We're entering the woods.
We're entering.
You're
Or crossing
the bridge
Yeah.
over the river. You haven't
Through
gone
the
through the
woods
woods
to
yet.
grandmother's
No.
house.
You have not gone through the woods yet.
Okay.
Granny's waiting.
I guess while we start on this, can Bryce just be because again, I feel like since Bryce grew up in Port City, woods in general, like not being able to see around, kind of sketchy, and especially trees casting shadows. I feel like Bryce is probably looking out for just anything that could be deemed sketchy.
Okay. Roll a perception check, and we'll kind of use this as an ongoing roll for you. If one other person wants to also roll perception for the party,
Literally anybody else.
Rhea is just crashing through this forest.
You're
with
just
her armor.
okay. Are you
Well, I
hopping
got
off of the
one.
cart
Oh,
because
We
Oh,
can
are we
still
on
ride
the
the
road?
cart.
you're still on the
Yeah,
road.
okay,
You're crossing the bridge right now. You're
I
heading
don't
to
know
the
what I was
forest. 18. Okay.
Got
Don't
one.
listen to me.
All right. Yeah,
You
Bryce,
add
you're
two
like
to that, make it
yeah.
3.
yeah. You're like looking out, and then at the periphery of your vision, the trees seem to grow larger. The shadows get longer. You swear.
Oh, guys, are we okay here?
Yeah, it's the forest.
This is small.
Yeah, it's the forest.
I grew up in the forest. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay.
Tradj right now, listening with your ranger ears and looking with your ranger eyes. Trying to think of a more descriptive thing. But you peer through the woods and through kind of the dappled light pouring through the canopy. From here, you don't see anything that concerns you yet. It just looks underbrush, trees, and then you kind of lose visual, maybe 50 yards into the tree line. But as you kind of pull up to the tree line in your cart, you quickly realize the trees here are far too close together for you to bring your horses and your cart through. What do you do?
How long has it taken to get this far? Like, how far off of the main road are we?
You're still kind of like on the main road. You're like the tree line comes up to the road. So if you wanted to cut through it, it's like right on the edge of the road.
Is it bush? We can bushway.
You could
That would slow us down.
try. The trees are pretty close together, so you would have to choose a very careful path if you wanted to get your cart through. You can try it.
Does there seem to be an opening anywhere? Like, not maybe immediately right in front of us, but
To you, no.
Great.
I'm so overwhelmed.
But I'll say, Tradj, with your perception check, make an investigation check to see if you can find like room in the forest to maybe cut a path.
Yeah, I think as soon as we hit a wall of trees, Bryce was like,
You said
Investigation, or you can do nature too if you want to for this.
So
19? Okay. It's mostly hard to see. There's a lot of underbrush, and you look at it, and you're like, that's going to get caught in the wheels. Can't go there. You do find kind of a stretch of trees where you could probably fit the cart through, but it would be precarious. You could make it happen, but you'd have to be very careful, and you wouldn't be able to move very quickly. But you could do it.
And what's the alternative?
Jethro, how do you feel about going back the other way with the cart?
Going back the other way. You want me to go back to Denneberg?
No, let's take the main road.
Oh, yeah, I can
It
do
seems
that.
like
I
this
mean,
is less
I've
of a
got
shortcut.
I took this down, to Denneberg. I can take it around to Alavast too, or I can.
Could you just meet us there?
Yeah, if you get there before me, I guess you're probably going to, right?
Yeah, this is a shortcut.
Yeah, can you, once you get back to the road, do you mind just, well, if you're pursuing, I guess I can meet you at the gates to Alavast, maybe, if you want to wait up for me.
Could you pull that, or is Three Sheeps before then?
If it's in the Broadbank, like Sloan was saying, it'll be in the city. So have you been to Alavast before?
No.
Have any? None of you? Oh my goodness, you're missing out.
Literally not from this planet.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you probably wouldn't in that case. But so there's the Huon River. It's the big river that kind of you probably crossed at least once, depending on where you came from. It runs right through the city. It splits it in two. And on one side, you have the Banner Bank. On the other side, you have the Broad Bank. The Banner Bank, it's kind of, your ritzy kind of. I mean, you got your.
Bourgeoisie.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good word. That's a lot of syllables. But yes. But what is that? Is that Elvish? Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, it's got like your universities. It's got like a lot of temples, stuff like that, gardens, all that good stuff. Yeah, a lot of the upper class people live there. From what I've heard, I don't go there often. When I go, I typically spend time in the Broad Bank. That's kind of where your craftspeople, your artisans, your merchants, your etc. More of the dust of the earth types. More fun there. You have more fun there.
So we can meet you at the gates.
Yeah, if you meet me at the gates of the Broad Bank, that would be awesome. I mean, you didn't really help me get through to it, but that's fine.
Tony will take care of it. Don't worry. We should.
It's okay. I'm a big halfling.
I think he'll be great by himself away from us.
I've only been robbed once on my trip.
See, he says things like that.
One.
I mean, we found the one time,
I mean, what are the odds it'll happen twice?
It's not going to happen twice. That's
Yeah.
just ridiculous.
You should definitely go away from us.
Do we have any kind of spell we can give him luck or something?
Oh, yeah, let me do that.
You can wish me
Bardic
luck.
inspiration.
I do wish you luck, Jeffrey.
Oh, thank you. I can feel it already.
I see how well Bardic Inspiration only lasts like 10 minutes. So,
Hey, that's 10 minutes.
You're just placebo another NPC.
I mean, I've got fairy fire, inflict wounds. I feel like those aren't things we want to do.
You could make them very sparkly. Line them up with fairy fire.
Make
So
it more noticeable to bandits.
I can put him to sleep.
Oh.
that's true. I mean, if you recall, the cart still has a bunch of nails, rusty nails on the front of it.
Looks like he's out of. No, I don't know the movie name.
Mad Max.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
But I mean, it's okay. I'm sure we're close to the city now. I mean, it's probably okay. And I mean, if I'm being honest, I kind of walked right into the brass circlet one. They told me there was a detour and I could get to Alabast faster, and then I went off the road, and then
Oh yeah, never.
next thing I knew, I had a sword at my throat, and so that one was kind of on me.
Yeah,
so I think
there's-
it'll probably be
We're
fine.
telling you that there's a shortcut.
And I'm
and
not
it's in
taking
the-
it. See, I learned my lesson.
Okay, just keep to the main road. We'll take the shortcut. Even though we'll be on foot, maybe we'll catch up at the same time or even faster.
Aren't we already on the road of the shortcut?
You're kind of at the tree line, so like you're like right next to where the road is.
It's
So
like the exit on a highway.
yeah,
I'm
Just
guessing.
whatever you do, if you see the three roads, don't get close to them.
I absolutely not. I will not.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. All right.
Oh, all right. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
It's nice
Good
hanging out
sprints.
for a little bit. Okay.
Let's try to stay to some sort of path, though. Let's not get lost or wander off. Oh, that's a very nice watch.
All right, so- Not at all. No.
Oh, there's not a path at all.
No, it's not really a path. It is
Tree line.
trees,
Oh.
underbrush.
Are we like at all able to see like the sun? Is it?
Yeah,
is it,
it's not
thick?
like the canopy is not like closed over you. The sun is there's kind of patchwork of light coming through, so it's illuminated a little bit.
Okay, so
right
we'd at least be able to tell like direction to
Yeah.
walk in.
Lead the way, Scoutmaster.
I guess we should find a path.
I guess there isn't one.
Well, no, there was the one, the small part where a carriage could go through, but it was precarious and things.
feel like that was just
A gap
that
in
was
the
just
trees.
a gap in the tree. I think let's just start carving our own path.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So who's leading the way? What's your order here? Okay. You roll me a perception check, and then okay. And then who's following? Who is it? Single file. Okay.
I'm in the back.
Okay.
Don't say because I'm not in the back. I'll be in front of Ria.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. How is Bryce doing inside the tree? Inside the forest.
I think he's wigging a bit.
Yeah.
He's like definitely like especially when we just decide to start walking into the tree line. I think definitely stressed, but that's why conveniently placed between seemingly Saoirse and Ria.
Okay. So you head out into the forest. There's kind of dense shrubbery, ivies kind of along the trees and the ground. And every branch that you step on, Bryce, you just hear a little bit of a
I'm in like scale mail armor.
yeah. you are hitting every branch along the way.
He's like almost in tears.
But Tradj at the front, you kind of guide your way. You find your way through the path. You kind of carve through the underbrush. You find a workable way, and you have a pretty good sense of direction, right? You have gone through these forests before, so you generally know where you're going. But I want you to just roll a survival check or nature check, whichever you want. Yeah, you will. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you don't know exactly where you are. You haven't been maybe in this part of the forest before, but you know, like, okay, south is due this way, and so you kind of meander a little bit, taking the path of least resistance through, and seemingly without issue. But as you go through, you start to hear just faintly, with your perception check being what it was, you just faintly hear what sounds like almost like a whimpering or whining, like a dog's whine, and it's coming from up ahead and to the right of you. It's just as you're kind of making your way.
Brandon wants to run towards it.
You haven't heard it yet. It's just
We're just
Tradj.
marching along.
Yeah.
I hear one.
Oh gosh.
It's this one.
The moment I hear that, I'm going to cast Aid on those three. So Bryce, Saoirse, and Rand.
Okay.
What is that whining like a baby?
Like a dog?
Where? What's 8?
Just off
you,
the forest.
you get 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
That for oh no, your hit point maximum increases by 5 for 8 hours.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's even
That's
better
cool.
than temp.
So that's the
Nice.
max.
Is this a new
HP
one?
modifier.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a new level spell.
Roll perception to go find this one.
Yeah, if you want to. Are you just like rushing ahead of? Okay, yeah, sure.
Let's stay on the path. Stay following our scoutmaster.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, you brush past Tradj and kind of like shove him out of the way, not so gently in your rush. And as you rush past him, you hear it too now, and you hear exactly kind of where it's coming from. You know, where Tradj you generally knew was kind of that way, like it's right through that line. You're just making a beeline for it.
Oh yeah.
All right, what are the rest of you
careful.
Oh. Okay.
It needs help.
Does it?
What is it? Do you know what it is?
So
I'm gonna go find it.
Every time
No,
we go
stick-
running
stick to your
recently, it's kind of scary.
Yes, stick by us. Well, we can definitely.
I'm gone.
No. Okay. Alright, let's go.
all right, so you're
I
running.
think while she tries to run off, I like grab her by the backpack or something. And
Roll a something.
Yeah. Roll. we'll do a dexterity contest
Oh,
here.
okay.
See if you can get by before he is able to snatch you.
Okay.
Well, that's a perception.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. What is this, dexterity?
Strength.
Or strength? Which one?
This would be dexterity, and then
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
She's a really pathetic.
Is that like with your? Oh no. Yeah, you reach out to try and grab her, and your hand just like slips right off, and she's gone. The rest of you pursue.
Did we lose visual of her?
I mean, she's running through the forest right now. She took off full speed.
What is happening? We have. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's follow her. Rand, come on.
I just need to find it.
Let nature take its course.
No! I'm running fast.
You know this doesn't like this.
Okay, so as you run through, you can hear it getting louder and louder. It's relatively steady and constant, but you can hear it getting louder. And as you get closer, you pass through a section where the light overhead started to kind of close up, and it got darker in the forest.
No, it's getting okay. Rand.
You're still
Seriously.
going, right?
I have dark vision. I'm going.
Okay, you're still going.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. How far ahead is Rand?
Well, let's say for the sake of this, she got maybe a surprise round off on you. So what's your movement? It's like 30 or 35 probably.
I think it's 30.
And you're probably dashing.
Walking speed?
So she's probably a good 60, 70 feet ahead of you. But yeah, you gotta act fast because she's moving.
Okay.
Wait, it's getting dark.
Yeah, I'm going after. I'm trying my best to follow Rand. I have dark vision for up to 300 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can see her.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my Eyes of Night feature, and as long as the three of y'all, so Tradj, Bryce, and Saoirse, are within 10 feet of me currently, for 1 hour, you also have dark vision for 300 feet. That's convenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're still pursuing her?
Yeah, so we're still chilling. So you guys can see really well.
If I had a torch in my inventory as well as a tinderbox, how quickly could I just like?
I'd say it'll take you like an action to do it, and so you may lose some ground on her.
Would her telepathy still be in range of it?
I have to be able to see you.
Yeah, it's a line of sight thing, right?
Like, you can't do it to me. I can only do it to you.
But am I still in earshot? Would I still be in earshot?
Yeah, sure. If you shout, she'll hear you. She's got a good passive perception.
Could try and distract. I don't know.
You gotta act. She's moving.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. Okay, I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, hey Rand, look! A friend! Fire!
That's great. I'll deal with it later. We gotta save this thing.
So you're still going. You're getting closer.
Saoirse is
Because now I
gonna.
just have a torch.
She is going to.
It's not a dark thing. It's probably comfy.
Yeah, I'll let everyone who wants to. They can do one thing here. You've done your thing. You did your thing.
Yeah.
And then you two can do a thing.
Saoirse, can I do an action and a bonus action?
Sure. Yeah. We're basically treating this as a round.
Okay. All right. I want to face step.
Okay.
That gets me 30 feet.
Mhm.
So I close the distance at least a little bit.
What does it look like when you do your face step?
So since she is in spring, it is like she dissolves into a like cloud of petals and leaves, and then reappears like 30 feet ahead of her wherever she wants.
That's
and
so
like
cool.
little flowers like bloom up where she had been.
You don't see any of that.
No, you're right.
No,
yeah,
I'm
it
going.
sucks
Bryce
for you.
almost
So
wait,
she,
we're running.
yeah, she does that, and she casts. Let's see. I think. Let me see. Because I have message now.
Oh.
That's an action.
Mm-hmm. Space step a bonus action. If it's like Misty Step, right, it should be a bonus action, I think.
Face step is a bonus action, yes.
So you could send a message.
So I will use a message. I can point at you, and I will say, I felt something very dangerous coming from that direction, and it is the whimpering thing. We need to turn back. It's not hurt.
I want to roll an insight.
What's the range on message?
120 feet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I just want to get close enough in case she starts to get. I want to be in like helping range.
Is
Sure.
that true or is this deception?
I was gonna say.
It's absolutely deception.
Yeah, roll deception and you roll an insight check.
I just don't want to get mixed up.
Yeah.
I was like, did I what? You're trying to do plot, and I'm trying to like not do plot right now.
I'm sorry.
Sure
it's deception.
I mean, okay, so
I've been scared this whole
Saoirse
time.
is pretty sure that this is a dangerous thing. So maybe it's like a persuasion.
And with an insight of 23, you see exactly that is what she's trying to do. You're like, okay, she thinks it's dangerous, but you know that it's not.
Hang on, I haven't rolled.
Okay, you got to be a 23.
Yeah,
Can
well,
insight
I'm a bard.
also,
That's true. Actually, I take that back.
does this insight give me any insight into the sound?
No, you're rolling an insight to determine what.
After hearing that, can I roll another one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, that's 14.
It definitely sounds like a dog. It doesn't sound like anything else. You can't put, it doesn't sound like it's trying to deceive you. It just sounds like a dog.
I'm still going.
Okay.
That's an 18.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
So yeah, you hear her and you're like, I would if I thought it was dangerous, and it does not seem dangerous to you. So you keep going. Tradj, is there anything you want to do?
So I do have so the forest specifically is the environment in which I am adept at traveling and surviving it.
Okay. Yeah.
So would that allow me to like outrun her or anything like that?
No, not well, I would say technically this would be difficult terrain for everybody except for you. So you would be moving at half speed through here. So yeah, but
Well, in that case, I would have
still,
caught up to her.
do you have a favorite terrain? Are you?
But I mean, I use face step, which is 30 feet.
Oh,
which
that's
means
true.
That she's only run 30 feet.
So she got
30 feet is my walking speed.
yeah, but sprinting or dashing
Movement,
doubles
dashing
it, but difficult terrain halves it.
Gets
So.
it to 30.
So you'd be
If you
close.
double half.
Yeah.
It's 30.
That makes. I see the math.
Okay.
I see it.
So
I've caught up.
yeah, so you could
Okay.
catch up to her pretty
I
quickly.
didn't have to use message.
So
It's a cantrip. I don't care.
I'm gonna catch her.
Okay. Yeah. You run up and are you trying to like grapple her? How do you respond? Do you just
There's a dog over there. It needs our help.
Okay, well, instead of rushing in and maybe startling the dog and making it run away, and if it is wounded, it will hurt its wounds more. Let's be calm about this. Okay? I see it's getting dark. This is feeling a bit ominous.
Bryce has a torch.
She has a torch.
30 feet back.
Remember what they said about the magic in these woods. If we stray too far away, things get tricky. Things can deceive us. We might see things that aren't actually there. We might end up in a place we aren't meaning to end up.
Well, what if this dog is in a place?
you hear a yelp?
We have to go find it.
I want to do insight on the dog yelp.
Sure.
It's just catching
Has
up.
anyone else done insight on it? Or have they just-
Almost feel like at this point I'm like
Branded.
on your back. I'm so
Yeah.
scared.
And what did you get?
We're like just looking. I'm like,
It sounded like a dog to her, like a real dog.
22.
It's a dog.
That's a dog.
Okay, but we have to think about why a dog.
It needs a roll. I'm inching still towards that way.
Okay. Are you still
Let's
trying
let
to
everybody-
restrain her?
Can I do a persuasion check?
Yeah. How do you do that?
I basically just want to start telling a story.
What's the story that you're starting to tell?
Telltale of the dog of the woods, which acts injured to lure its prey.
I'm rolling an insight right now. Natural 20.
How are you so good at your insight checks every time?
Is it a true tale? Yeah, you can roll. I mean, there's always a chance.
Yeah, you can get one.
What's the modifier on that?
For
That
insight?
guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta be a 25. Okay. Yeah. She sees right through it, and you're going. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, let's let everybody catch up first.
Let's stick together.
Let's stay together.
We'll get there. But there's no point in separating everyone. Because
If it's hurt, then we need the cleric.
yeah. And I'll be hurt if I get separated from you.
Bryce, come on now.
I'm glued to
Yeah.
Rhea at this
Oh,
point.
I just got.
We've
I
been
just,
in-
got really, I'm like sweating.
Yeah, you have to like
panting.
swing one leg.
What's going on? Is it?
There's an injured dog. We're gonna go help it.
Oh, that sounds
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
I feel way better about that.
Yeah.
Kind of loosen up a little.
Let's go find the puppy dog.
All right. Okay. So you all heading out? Okay.
Bryce, you're walking.
Yeah, I'm
Are
walking.
you trying to
I'm
be?
walking
Are you
now.
trying to be stealthy as you do this?
When he asked that,
Okay.
you see.
I'm
know
just
what?
asking. It's just a
Yeah.
question.
Whatever.
You don't have to be.
I missed that question.
If you're being stealthy,
Okay.
It's just a question.
we're being cautious.
I
Okay.
was up until I was told it was just a dog. And now I am not stealthy, I will say.
Okay. All right.
Probably no.
So
Wait. I want to leave some sort of trail so that we can find our way back to where we were going.
okay.
Oh, word. Well,
Maybe even some breadcrumbs.
I
We
have
had
so
that
what
rope.
I've got in my
conversation
pack.
too. That you were like, I brought salt.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can hand it off to help.
Here you go. Here's
Saoirse.
some salt. I have a rope of salt.
get your salt here.
Get your salt.
Get your salt.
Okay, so I want to try to leave a trail of something.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you've got some salt there. Yeah, that's great. Let's put it down.
Perfect.
So that we can find our way back to the actual path.
Okay.
After we find the dog and help it. Okay, let's go.
All right. So you make your way through the forest towards the sound of the dog. It's still whining, and as you get closer, you start to hear it kind of rustling around and jumping around, and you come up to the forest overhead is still dark, but all of a sudden you start to see light shining out from between the trees coming up, and as you head towards that light, you realize you're at another tree line. And there's a clearing just beyond you. And you see in the middle of that clearing, there is a dog, and it's got a bone in its mouth. This big shaggy dog, and it's hopping around, and it's trying to dodge the sword strikes of a skeleton that is hopping on one leg and trying to hit the dog.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry. I will follow you to the end of the earth.
Oh my god. This just warms Rand's heart a little bit. I'm still gonna go for this dog, and I want to cast. Which one?
Also, upon seeing this, I'm like, look, see, it's got a victim.
Oh man.
Why is there
I
a
want to
skeleton
cast
out here?
Beast Bond.
Beast Bond with the dog. What's the range on that?
Shouldn't it be
'Cause this-
dead?
Oh dang it.
It's touch, right?
I have to touch it.
Yeah.
I want
And
to go
he
touch
is-
it.
Okay.
How?
So you head onto the clearing, and you feel the tree branches and the underbrush fade under your feet. You realize you're walking on this kind of mossy, grassy surface. And as you walk towards the dog, you realize there's some, it's a little bit solid under your feet. It's not just like forest floor anymore. And you look down, and there's actually wood underneath your feet. And you see what looks like wooden railings kind of circling where the dog is now that you didn't notice at first. You were so caught up with the dog you didn't see this. And the dog is kind of in the middle of this area, dodging the skeleton. So you're just running up, right?
At this point,
Okay. Okay. You run up and touch the dog.
I guess so.
Okay. The skeleton has noticed you at this point, and is trying to decide between you and the dog. You're touching the dog. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to touch the dog and I want to say, "Hey, I got your back, buddy." Like telepathically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I got a bone.
Yeah, great job! You got one of his legs. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You're such a good boy. Oh my goodness.
You didn't cast speak with animals though, but
But it's a telepathic beast bond.
Is it telepathic? It's just friendly. It just becomes friendly.
You
to you.
establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you.
Okay. Telepathic.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is.
All right.
If I see any more skeletons, I want to hold my channel divinity turn undead.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah. So if I see any,
Okay.
I think turn undead. I have to be within 30 feet. So I'm trying to usher everyone within this 30 feet range of me, so that if I cast it, I can protect everyone.
Okay. So is everyone else coming out too? All right. So you're right there with the dog. You're all kind of circling around. As you're telepathically communicating with the dog, you start to feel a tug on your leg, and you look down, and bursting out from the ground, the skeletal hand grasping onto your leg, and then you look around, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more sets of arms start to burst from the surface and crawl out of the earthen ground.
I'm gonna say to the dog, "Hey, buddy. Were those here before?
Probably. Not when I was here.
How long have you been here?"
I don't know. I'm a dog. 10 minutes? 5 minutes? An hour? It's all the same.
Okay, we gotta get out of here. Come on.
Okay.
Run towards those people.
Yeah. I want to get everyone as close as possible, and
sounds like.
just let them get within 30 feet of me.
At this point, we're going to roll initiative.
Oh.
And I don't know how we're doing on time. I know it's getting kind of late, so we may want to do this on the next session.
And now roll initiative.
But first...
Oh, the box!
The box we were talking about.
You also, I forgot about that, you see a fallen, decaying mast in the center there. These are the railings that you saw here. It's coming up on the stream soon.
Ooh!
I thought we were walking around into an arena or something.
I did too. I was like,
I just thought it
You're
was
right
a basic
about...
I'm right
cemetery.
here.
Yeah.
Where's the little ring?
But yeah, as you look around, Bryce, you especially, you notice this looks like a ship.
Oh!
Looks like a boat.
We're on a
Boats.
boat.
What's our boat doing out?
Wait, so are these like building type things?
This is looks like what you thought may have been like a hill or something at first. It's actually looks like kind of a captain's quarters at the end of the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
And Bryce, now that you look at the skeletons, you get a good look at them as they're climbing out. You see like, you've seen this kind of attire before. They're not pirates, but they look almost like military uniforms.
Okay.
Almost like naval uniforms. You've seen them a couple times in the port. Typically, when something bad's gone down. But Oh, sorry. I forgot about the camera angles. But yeah, we'll pick up here next time, I think.
Exciting.
Thank you for bearing with us with all the tech issues.
Yes.
We'll get better next week, I promise.
Thank you. Hopefully.
All right.
So,
We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah,